What's going on, party people? It is your boy Coop, and I'm going to be dropping a quick review of the Warmind DLC for Destiny 2. Yes, the second expansion that just came out. So just some context here. I, like you, did not think Curse of Osiris was a good DLC. In fact, I hear they are actually using Curse of Osiris at Guantanamo Bay to get terrorists to talk. They are no longer waterboarding them, they are just sending them through the infinite forest over and over and over, and finally, they're just like, you know what, I'm giving up all the locations of every terrorist outpost around the world. I don't know why the terrorists talk like that, but that's just how they talk for the sake of this video. So, just so you guys understand, I was not on the hype train for Curse of Osiris. I was very skeptical of this one because the hype train just came out of nowhere. Everyone went to the summit and they came back all hyped. That gave me pause. That being said, I want everyone to know that I am on board with you, feeling like the lore was really taken advantage of, ruined, some say, in Curse of Osiris. It was terrible for PvP and terrible for PvE. You know, because PvP got no changes. They had a Go Fast update that literally didn't make you run faster. I mean, come on. Well, why didn't you just call it the Stay the Same Speed update? That would have been better. Anyways, what about Warmind? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say the story for Warmind is 1,000 times cooler than the Curse of Osiris story. The new type of hive is interesting, giving, you know, limited time resources that you have. You really can't create a new enemy. I get that for every single DLC. I will be expecting a new enemy in September, however, or I will be disappointed. But I was thinking at first, like, okay, so you're gonna put some ice cubes on their shoulders and call this Ice Hive. Are you serial? Are you serial? But they actually do a pretty good job. They're pretty smoky. You know, they kind of look kind of creepy, look kind of cool. It's pretty good, and it wasn't just chopped full of like quirky, dorky jokes. Osiris, oh my god, it was just so out of control. You know, you got dorky old brother Vance. He was like a cool, mysterious guardian in Destiny 1, and then in Destiny 2, he was just like a total cult leader dork, a fanboy, if you will. Anyways, they fix a lot of that in this DLC. It's really just revolves around you, Zavala, and of course, Anna Bray. Now, a problem I do have is that Anna Bray was supposedly dead, at least according to Destiny 1. Now she's alive. I do like how they explain some of the things about Rasputin. I do like how you get to explore a little bit more of what Rasputin is all about, as well as meet some epic characters from Destiny 1. Yes, I'm talking about Zol. I'm talking about Nokris. These guys were epic characters from Destiny 1. I'm a little disappointed in the way they were implemented in this DLC. But overall, I really enjoyed the experience. I liked fighting them, and I would rather have them in a small way than just never in the game at all. So if this is the only way we could get them, then I accept that. And if this is like if we're gonna keep getting bigger things than this, I don't want to spoil too much for you guys about boss fights and where things end, but I do wish they would go a little further in, and when the raid hasn't come out, so we don't know if we're going to see Nokris, Zol, etc. in the raid, so that could bring back a deeper understanding of where these characters come from. So, all in all, I think the story was 1,000 times better than Curse of Osiris. The public space from Mars is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, and way bigger than Curse of Osiris. But let's be honest, Curse of Osiris was so tiny that you could not even fit a 3-foot sparrow on the map. I mean, my god. I mean, Amanda Holliday's garage could fit a 3-foot sparrow, like a bunch of them, and you couldn't even fit one on that map. I mean, it's ridiculous. Anyways, this map's way bigger, a lot of cool areas to explore. They also brought back collectibles, man, like the Grim Wheezies. Everyone loved the Grim Wheezies. And I'm talking about Grimoire, for those of you who don't know what Grim Wheezy is. So they brought back these new kind of collectibles that I really like. I haven't collected all of them, of course. I just finished the campaign, and I've been through all the adventures in the campaign, and that's what this review, this early kind of review, is based off of. After we get to explore the content a little more, I'll give a more full review. But my first impressions, you know, just for people who are kind of on the fence, you know, like teetering to one side, like, are they going to take a dump on me again? Just so you guys have a little more info before you go in, make a purchase or don't make a purchase, whatever you want to do. So some of the problems was the story didn't explain why Nokris, why the Hive, why the Ice Hive are there, why they were frozen. It just doesn't explain a lot. Now again, the raid could explain some of this, but those questions are kind of lingering, and I'm hoping maybe some of the fragments and collectibles will explain this. But the story seemed linear, and it followed itself well, but it also just seemed like things were thrown in. Like the worm god Zol just kind of seems like maybe he was added later on because they knew they needed a big boss fight after everyone was upset before. I don't know how long they've been working on that worm god, but it was kind of strange. His implementation and how you finally, get to see him. Maybe, I don't know what I was really expecting, but I was just hoping a little bit more, considering Oryx was like all of Taken King, and this is like one of the gods Oryx worships, okay? And for him to have such a small role, it just seemed weird. Now, I think he looks cool, I think all the bosses look cool, the enemies were cool, the public spaces are cool. There's a lot more stuff to do, and level advantages are back. And you know what, guys? Come on. You know what Destiny has been like? It's like you're the guy and you go to the gym, and it doesn't matter how much stronger you get. You go to the playground, and everybody is just as strong. Like, you never get stronger than them, and you stop working out, you still don't get weaker than them. It just didn't make any sense. That's what D2 kind of did to the power level advantages, if you know what I'm saying. So they fixed that, so now you go into a public event, and it's like, oh my god, I gotta put on my big boy pants, because these dudes are gonna smoke me. I actually found myself dying pretty often just because I was playing carelessly, like I was accustomed to from Curse of Osiris. Just from Destiny 2 in general, you're not used to having to try in a public event, etc., or any kind of public space. Maybe, you're doing the Prestige Nightfall, but now your level, your light level, those things matter, and that is good. That is a good direction for the game. Also, some of these exotic masterworks, I did have one drop for me, and so far it seems cool. It's like a little exotic quest for each one, giving you something to work for. I also have seen a couple of the new weapons, like the legendaries, and they seem pretty cool. A lot of like full auto pulse rifles, things like that. Neat, interesting perks, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else I will find within this DLC. And that is something that I'm sure, like you guys, I was not 100% sure if that was going to be the case, because as we all know, when Curse of Osiris dropped, that was just like, getting a swift kick to the scrot every time you went through the Infinite Forest. It was just terrible, and there was no scannables, there was nothing to collect. The lore that it had was just completely wrecked, and I'm glad they have corrected course. So I do want you guys to know that I understand the disappointment from before, but I would say give this a shot. Or as of right now, I think it's still lacking. Of course, they're still lacking some things, but this DLC, it's cool, it's fun, it's enjoyable, and that's what video games are all about. I'm not going to say that everything in the game has been 100% changed and all this, no, but I am saying this DLC is fun. The Ice Hive are cool. I mean, it's cool. You got Hive covered in ice, bro. I mean, come on, are you serial? That's awesome. And you know what? I haven't even played the new Escalation Protocol game mode. You gotta finish everything, and I want to get myself ranked up a little higher, but I have finished all the campaign, like I said, and the adventures, and that's what I'm basing this on, as well as done some of the public spaces, explored a little bit, and I'm really enjoying it. So I would say give it a shot, absolutely. If I were reviewing Curse of Osiris, I would tell everybody to run as fast in the opposite direction as humanly possible, because that was garbage. I would have rather gotten a new pair of pants for the original Super Mario, and that would have been the DLC for Super Mario, the original version. You get a pair of purple pants for Mario. That would have been a better DLC than Curse of Osiris. Now this one is not like that. I think there's a lot of new content, a lot of new lore added in a cool way. They've taken some steps in the right direction, and I really can appreciate that. But most of all, guys, like I said, it's fun, and it's good to be able to come in here and just have a good time with your buddies again. So if that's what you're looking for, I think you'll have a great time playing this DLC. If you're, just still kind of salty and you need some more time to heal some wounds, I absolutely understand it. Do you think Bungie, maybe they should have to wait until they do everything the right way before you even give them the time of day? I totally understand that point of view also, bro. It's like, your girlfriend, she's been cheating on you for like a year. And then she comes over and she's like, I love you so much, babe. I love you so much. Will you come back to me? And you're like, hell no, you know, but you still love her, so you're probably going to eventually, but you're gonna, you know, you don't want to be a cuck, so you're like, yeah, I'm gonna hold out, and just pretend like I'm mad at her. And, well, actually, you know, maybe cheating is a little too extreme of an example, because that's like some hell no, I ain't never coming back type stuff. Let's say more like, you know, I can't even think of an example. You know, she called you some names, okay? She went on vacation without you, and she didn't tell you about it. She went with her, like, friends from high school, and you want to, like, you know, be mad at her for a while. That, maybe you're still in that stage, because, you know, they didn't really cheat. You know, it's not like they were just making, they weren't, well, if you're an Xbox player, maybe they cheated, because they're giving PlayStation all these exclusives, okay? I get you there. Anyways, I'm going out of control with this analogy. Anyways, guys, my overall thoughts are, come try out the DLC. I think it's fun, and that's just this one man's opinion, and after the raid comes out, after I played a little bit more, I would give a full review. But these are just my first impressions, having gone through the campaign, etc. Alright, guys, I will be back. Peace. Love y'all.